Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to SESA Sessions. And we're kicking off the first one and the new year with looking at, well, what else? Goals, looking at our foundation. And I'm so happy and really, really delighted that we're joined by Madame Yvette Ankrah, MBE, who also doubles up, or did, as my own personal coach, which is why I just really wanted Yvette to come on, kick us off and join us today. So happy new year and hello, Yvette.
Oh, happy new year and thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming on. Well, first of all, I want to begin by asking a bit about your organization, your business, and what it does and its focus, just so that people can get a bit more understanding of who you are and what you do.
Okay, so I'll formally introduce myself. So I'm Dr Yvette Ankrah, MBE. I'm a transformational coach and speaker. And what I primarily do is work with high achieving women who want that success without that burnout. So a lot of the people I work with have businesses, but also jobs as well sometimes. So it's about looking at that transition between the two. And the idea is that they want more, but they're tired. There's so much going on. And it's also about letting them really find out what they truly want, what's in their heart, what's their, what makes their heart sing, what's their true desire, and helping that bring that about. And using a range of techniques, I help them shift beliefs that are stopping them moving forward, really own their vision, create deep goals, really claim their lives and start doing what they really are passionate about, what they really want to do. And that could be creating a new business. That could be stepping out completely and going to live somewhere in the middle of nowhere if they want to, but having a business that still sustains them. It's about, helping them transition to the life that they truly want to live.
And one of the key things that I really loved about the sessions was, as you said, the different tools that you use. So can you talk a bit about the different tools and practices that you bring into the work that you do?
Yeah, so I'm trained as a coach and mentor, and I'm also a trained neuro-linguistic practitioner. So, neuro-linguistic programming is the tool, and I'm a practitioner of that. So that's all about how your thoughts influence your behavior. So some of those tools help people shift things. I also do timeline work. So I help people go into their past and clear up things that are stopping them moving forward in the present. And I also sometimes use some meditation techniques as well to help people really access their deeper selves. So I use a range of things, and NLP, so linguistic programming, is really good for moving those beliefs, shifting things, and really helping people step up and step out there.
So why do you think, or for those who question about the value of working with a coach, what would you say to that? What is the value in working with a coach?
If you go alone, it will take you a lot longer to get there. So thinking of the proverbs, if you want to go far, you go with somebody. A coach helps you get there quicker. A coach will help you accelerate. A coach also gives you an external perspective. And the idea is, we're there to help you understand what's going on and be there to hold that space for you as you do the transformation. A coach is not going to wave a magic wand and make it happen for you. You do the work, but they help you understand how to get there. And so many people think, oh, why would I have a coach? Oprah Winfrey has 4, right? There's a reason successful people have coaches, because it helps them get where they want to go faster. They learn tools, they learn techniques, they learn, tips, and they learn about themselves, and then also have someone to be accountable to help them kind of keep on track, to help you go, and to help motivate them. I like to call myself a cheerleader as well. So I'm in that person's corner, but it's also, if you're not doing what you need to do for your life, why not? What's stopping you? What's the block in the way? Helping you get that out of the way. And once that's gone, helping you keep on that path that you want for yourself.
So we've had some people asking about life coaching, and how does that differ or cross over with some of the work that you do?
There is definitely a crossover, because most of the people I work with, they're very connected to their business, their personal life, their inner life. shows up in their business. So if things aren't going right for them as an individual, it shows up in the decisions they make, the actions they take, how they feel about the money, everything. It will show up. The reason I don't use life coach for what I do is because I focus on people's businesses. I want them to transform their business. I want them to kind of work in that way. And because my background is also business consultancy, I help them, support them in that journey. But it's very important that those inner problems are dealt with, so that the things that are external to you are then able to be managed. So that goes for stress, that goes for belief systems, that goes to values, pricing. You know, if you're looking at setting pricing, but you have issues about money and also your worth and what you should be charging, all of that comes up and affects your business.
Thank you. And my last question before I hand over to you to talk us through a nice goal setting session is, what are your aims for 2020?
My word for the year is international. That's my word for the year. So it's about working internationally. It's about travel. It's about connecting internationally. That's my word for this year. And I had a conversation yesterday with someone that you put me in touch with, which was great. And I'm now going to be working with a project in Ghana. So that is kind of what I want to do much more of going forward. So that's my kind of focus. There's also a book in there as well, so watch this space.
Oh, busy. I love it. And so that ties in really nicely, I think, with helping others to identify their goals, intentions for the year, and how to hopefully make them happen. So Yvette,
yes,
over to you.
Okay, well, let's start by thinking about what your vision is. What's your why? What's your kind of purpose? Really understanding what it is you want to do, the thing that makes your heart sing, what you're passionate about. By getting really clear on that, you can then set yourself some goals. But the goal setting is just part of it. The real way that you can move forward and really expand your world is with habits. But let's just backtrack again and look at that vision and thinking of what you want. So often we don't really think what it is we truly want. We end up doing things that people say, oh, you're good at that. And you fall into that trap. Also, sometimes we're living other people's visions. Sometimes it could be our parents. You've got a career path that feels safe and practical and good, and it makes you money, but it doesn't bring you joy. So you've done the training, you've gone into that path, but you're not happy. So when you're in that space of what do I want, you really do need to look inside yourself and think, what is it that's going to bring me joy? What do I really want? What do I see myself doing in 5 years' time? Where do I see my life, my business, everything? So understanding your why is really important, and getting a really clear vision of that. And that is having that picture in your mind about it. Some people aren't very visual, find it hard to see an image. But in that case, think about the sounds, the feelings, the emotions you want to have. So if right now you're not feeling very happy about your job, you're feeling maybe stressed and overwhelmed, think about how you'd like to feel, what you'd like to be like, the sensations you want to have in your world. And that helps you create that space of, this is what I want for myself. So the first part of anything, before you even set one goal, is to have that clear vision of what is it you want. Once you've understood that, then you can look at, okay, so how am I going to do this thing, and how am I going to get there? So you may have heard of SMART goals. So SMART is an acronym that helps you create that goal. So when you're looking at it, you break the goal down, which makes it more achievable. So you look at it in a way that says, what's the first thing you're going to do? What is it you're going to do with your goal? Then you're going to think, can it be measured? Is it attainable or achievable? What can you do? Is it realistic? Is it time bound? So you create a goal. So if you say, I'm going to lose weight, the likelihood is that's not going to happen. You haven't set any boundaries, any parameters, done anything to say how this goal will work. So I'm going to lose 5 pounds by September the 30th. That gives you a bit of a framework. But doing that alone is not enough. You need to really connect to the goal. You need to understand what it means to you, why it's important for you to do that. So what is it about that 5 pounds that's important for you to lose? Is it because, oh, I just want to fit into that dress? Or is there something more? Is it you want to feel healthier? You want to, you know, engage in something that you haven't done before? You want to have something more than just maybe fitting into that dress. And there's nothing wrong with fitting into a dress. Of course, that could be a goal that you want to have. But it's about looking deeper and really connecting with it. Because if you're not really connected, you're not going to be motivated by that goal. You're not going to really do it. So understanding the vision of yourself, what you want in your life, what that goal means, and then connecting to it on a deeper level is really important for you. So when you start looking at creating those goals, that's the first thing. And then you then have to go deeper. So one of the things that's really important to think about is your habits and your behaviors. So if you are, for example, wanting to lose that weight, but you regularly are overeating, snacking, and not exercising, how likely do you think it will be that you're going to hit that goal? Because something needs to change, and that change will be in your habits and your behaviors. So by making small changes, you might achieve that goal by changing that habit. So, for example, by saying I'm going to eat 3 meals a day and I'm going to limit my calorie intake and not snack after midnight, you may find you're more likely to actually lose that 5 pounds that you want to lose. Because it's how you address those habits and behaviors that will enable you to achieve that goal. And everyone will start with this new year, new me, and let's do these goals. But you have to understand what your motivation is, why you really want it, what you're going to do to change it. I'll give you a little statistic. People that set goals in January, by about the end of February, only 23% of them are still on track. By the end of the year, only 8% of people will have hit that goal. And the difference between those people that hit that goal and the people that don't is that connection, setting a smart way, setting themselves up for success and not failure, and the habits and behaviours that they've changed along the way, which enable them to actually hit that goal. So those are some things that are really important to think about. When you're looking at this goal that you want, why is it important to you? How does it help you achieve that vision? What do you need to do going forward? I'd also recommend not picking a large amount of goals. I would say pick 2 that are very meaningful to you. One could be a professional goal, one could be a personal goal. And then spend, a good 3 months working on them and see how that goes. If you start trying to change lots of things at the same time, it makes it harder. So pick 2 and then go deep. So when you've got your goal, start thinking, why is this goal important to me? What is it about achieving this that will help my life? So take that time to connect with it, because you need to be motivated to keep going to achieve it and have a kind of real tangible connection. So imagine yourself completing this goal. Imagine yourself in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months time having achieved this. How will you feel? What will your life look like? What will be different? What will be better? And really embody that goal, because that's the difference. If you're already in that space, your body knows what it needs to do. It knows what it feels like to be lighter, to have the energy to do things that you couldn't do before, or whatever it is. If it's a case of you want to do something in your business life, you want to launch that business, you want to grow it, you want to transition to a new space, you want to change your job. imagine yourself doing that. Be in that space. Really connect to the end result of that goal. So that's something to really do. So you can do that by just closing your eyes, taking some breaths, and being in that space and just thinking how it will feel, what it would look like, how you would be, what you might hear from other people around you as you celebrate your success. So really do that connection and embodiment of that goal. So the other thing that people do that help them to actually achieve the goal is a very simple thing, and it's actually writing them down. So the act of writing, I actually do mean handwriting rather than, you know, typing on the computer, does something with your brain. So we have something called the reticular activating system. And when you write something down, it tells your brain that this thing is important. So even the act of writing a goal down means you're more likely to actually realize an outcome for it in the end. So write them down. By all means, you can type them up later, but begin by handwriting. So handwrite out what it is, set it out, give it some deadlines, and then write out what it means to you and the importance of this goal, why you want to do it, what it will do for you, and how you will feel when you've got it. So you do that exercise. The other thing that is important to have is accountability. So this is where, you know, having a coach or a buddy or partner comes in, because you need somebody to say, oh, how's it going? Are you on track? If something has stopped you, what stopped you? What happened so you didn't take that step? And it could be a case of your own beliefs that stopped you. It could be something really, you know, practical, that you realize that I don't have the skill or the knowledge or the information to do this thing. And that's part of when you're setting your goals, to understand if you have the resources available to achieve it. So the whole thing is not to set yourself up for failure. And if you do want to achieve something that you don't know how to do yet, think about who can help me? How can I get the information to do this thing? So if it's a weight loss goal, for example, you could get a personal trainer, you could get a nutritionist, you could get someone to help you. If you've got a relationship with food that may not be healthy, you could work with somebody to look into that relationship and understand that a bit more. So those are all the things you could do to help you achieve that goal. But having somebody who you can be accountable to, who you can check in with, who will keep you on track, is also a way that people that are part of that 8% of achievers end up achieving. The other thing is being motivated. And that's why I keep saying about being connected to that goal. You've really got to have a goal that you really want to do. You've got to be passionate about it. You've really got to feel that this moves me. I really want to be part of this. This is something that is really important to me. Because if it's something that's just, oh, okay, it's a nice to have, you're not going to really go for it in the same way. So being able to really kind of say, I really want this. And I've mentioned visualization, and there was a study that looked at the role of visualization in achievement. And when people visualize themselves, in this particular instance, it was crossing the finishing line. So it was people who were running. And those that did the visualization of seeing themselves crossing that finish line, seeing themselves winning, improved their speeds, improved their time, and were able to actually get across that finish line really well. And that works the same for your goals. That visualization of seeing yourself achieving this thing is really important. And to give you a story, I completed my PhD after a 10-year journey, which involved lots of various things. But one of the things I did on a daily basis was visualize myself crossing the stage to be handed my certificate. And I did that daily. So I knew that that was something that was going to happen. I saw it, I embodied it, I knew the feelings, I knew exactly what I would feel, how I would look, everything. And I did that on a daily basis. And that kept me motivated and kept me going for that very long period of time. So visualization is extremely powerful. And those that visualize their achievements are also more likely to succeed. It also works in terms of practicing and learning things. So visualization is a very, very powerful tool. If you perhaps play a musical instrument, spending some time just visualizing yourself playing enhances your actual playing as much as rehearsal. Your brain doesn't know the difference between you really doing it and you practicing it. And that goes for negative things you might put in your mind. If you're saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do it, I can't do it, your brain doesn't understand that that's what's happening. It just says, well, you can't do it, so that's what happens, you can't do it. So by saying to yourself positive things, encouraging yourself, seeing yourself doing it, really, boosting that and enabling yourself to dream it and see it, you will help it come to fruition. So those are really important and key things to remember on that. So another thing is making a commitment to your goals. So you're excited by them, you've got a buddy, you know why it's important to you, and then you make that decision that you will do this. So if it is the exercise that you need to do, or if it's, for example, you want to write a book, you make a decision that you're going to commit to the actions that you need to do to make sure it happens. And this is where we go back to that habits and behavioural change. If, for example, you wish to write a book, you've got this book in you, you really want to get it out there, you think, okay, maybe it's going to be about 30,000 words. That alone is not enough to get you there. What will get you there is making sure that every morning you write 500 words without fail, and you develop that into a practice so that you don't miss it. And with habit forming, what happens is the first 21 days it starts to form, and after 90 days it's embedded as a habit. So in the same way you can learn bad behavior, you can unlearn it and change it into a good habit. And developing the habit is what helps you do the goal. So if it's the book, that 500 words every single day. If it's weight loss, if it's exercising, getting up, running, going to the gym, going to your class, and making that commitment to it and ensuring that you keep going, so that becomes a habit. And that is something people often miss when it comes to the whole goal setting. They talk about, they'll set the SMART goal, they'll break it down, but they don't talk about the forming of a habit that enables it to truly happen. And I goal set in this way because without that repeated action, that commitment to it, you'll find you fall off really quickly. And this is why also I say not to do more than maybe 2, because it's going to take that dedication, it's going to take that regular, every day doing something towards this to make it happen. So those are some of the key things that you'll need to think about when you're setting your goals to help you maintain the goals and help you ensure that you actually achieve them. So, make a commitment, be motivated and excited, have the vision there, get someone who you can be accountable to, write them down and commit to that habit forming that will ensure that you are part of that marvelous 8% of people that at the end of the year have actually achieved those goals that they've set at the beginning of the year. So
excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you. There's a couple of things that you said. I mean, like, people talk about wanting to be part of the 1%, but I guess for us listening, we all want to be part of the 8% crew. We want to make sure that come the end of the year, we have achieved either the goal we wanted, or as things happen, when momentum starts, your goal could just grow exponentially as that period goes on. And the idea, and one of the key things around having an accountability person, and for me, working with yourself, so having a coach, was about having that person who objectively would ask, how's it going, and probe to really find out how's it going. Your friends are great, they're supportive, they'll be like, they'll even help you come up with the excuses. Oh, you know, you've been very busy and, you know, God, you're tired, have a rest or whatever you. But having a coach really make you be honest with yourself is very important. I loved the 6 points. I've missed the last one because I stopped and started listening to you. So I've got commitment, motivated, vision, buddy, write them down. What have I missed?
Right. I'm trying to go over them now. So I said, so yeah, so it's about commitment, write them down, getting a buddy, visualizing them, and, you know, making sure you form the habit of them.
Habit, that's the one. It was habit. That's the one I missed.
The habit. So the commitment is related. So the commitment is twofold. It's committing in terms of, I say I'm going to do this, I'm really going to do it. But then that commitment goes a step further in creating that habit, in the consistent practice of whatever it is you need to do to ensure that you actually achieve your goal.
That's fantastic. So where can people find out more about yourself? Where can people connect with you?
I am all over the socials. So now I am on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on Instagram. But to see kind of most of what I do, you'll have check me out on LinkedIn and Facebook. I also have a group now on Facebook, so the High Achieving Businesswoman. So, you know, if that fits your bill, please join us. And also my website is simply www.yvetteankrah.com. So, yeah.
And this video is equally useful for the men out there and all others. So please do listen in, take note, because the points and tools here are very invaluable. And yeah, definitely check out Yvette. Thank you for taking the time out with us at the beginning of the year. You've all had the time to breathe and ease in, so no excuses now, people. This is your week. We'll be doing a session a day, starting with the goals, because we've got to lay that foundation, and then looking at finances, other tools to put your structure in place. And yes, as Yvette even mentioned, health and wellness will be squeezed in there as well. So thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, Yvette. And onwards, 2020, let's see where we get to at the end.
Yes, looking forward to it. It's going to be a great year.
It's been a great year. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.